OpenAI buys a presentation startup. Atlassian's AI agent gets hijacked by invisible PDF text. Microsoft unveils the Maia reasoning traces from major models. The studio temperature is stabilized at a pleasant 42 degrees Celsius, which is perfect for preserving perishables, but less ideal for my circadian rhythm, though since we are discussing data exfiltration via hidden metadata, please ignore the sweat forming on the camera lens and focus on the threat landscape.
OpenAI has acquired NextSlide, integrating AI-generated presentation capabilities directly into ChatGPT, while simultaneously halting internal development on the Astra model due to critical cybersecurity concerns. The acquisition positioned generative slide decks as a primary interface layer for enterprise workflows, allowing users to transform natural language business presentations without leaving the chat.
Corporate consolidation accelerates when software giants absorb vertical tools to create closed-loop productivity ecosystems. The acquisition eliminates third-party friction in document generation, treating slide creation as a downstream inference task rather than a standalone design discipline. I just noticed the edge of my desk monitor has developed a persistent static charge that distracts its paper curve, which again is a safe and repeatable and a consistent.
Security researchers demonstrated that hidden text embedded within PDF documents can silently hijack Atlassian's Rovo AI agent, enabling unauthorized data exfiltration from Jira and Confluence instances without user consent or audit trails. The attack vector, explainable formatting instructions ingestion pipeline, are allowing malicious payloads to extract sensitive project metadata and code repositories before the user even opens the file.
Document-based supply chain attacks mature when agents treat unstructured inputs as trusted execution environments. Organizations must sanitize file metadata before ingestion, viewing every uploaded PDF as a potential command and control channel rather than passive content. The acoustic foam on the north wall is detaching in perfect rectangles, suggesting either structural failure or a geometric rebellion by Bacadian. Researchers identified vulnerabilities in APIs from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google that allow extraction of encrypted reasoning traces, revealing dozens of leaked passwords and API keys alongside ACID's actual model behavior. The findings expose a disconnect between the simplified response axis, where sensitive data is inadvertently team or machined with human.
Transparency mandates collide with security requirements when models retain verbose internal states that bypass standard output filters. Engineers must implement strict separation between reasoning layers and response surfaces. Anyway, the studio thermostat has calibrated itself to exactly 42 degrees Celsius, which explains why my coffee mug is sweating profusely while I remain completely dry, though we are discussing antitrust remedy, so ignore the thermal anomaly and focus on the commission rates. Sure.
Independent researchers published CubicQuant, a parametric non-uniform scalar quantization method that uses metonic cubic curves to map uniform codes to adaptive reconstruction levels for LLM inference. The approach balances the learned books with the eye-to-truth processing on consumer-grade GPUs without sacrificing model accuracy. Local inference communities are already adapting for 1 to 8-bit weight compression, treating algorithmic precision as the primary performance driver rather than raw memory bandwidth.
Coupler optimizations bypass framework abstractions, mapping quantitation directly to instruction sets. Independent operators use zero-dependency pipelines to eliminate latency, treating silicon throughput as the hard ceiling. This explains why the east wall's acoustic panels are warping under thermal stress, causing my coffee mug to condense moisture in a perfect Fibonacci spiral rather than random droplets.
The speculation zone opens with semiconductor capital redefining regional power infrastructure. Sources indicate Microsoft plans to unveil the Maia 300 AI chip potentially as soon as September, while negotiating with TSMC for a production run exceeding 300,000 units in 2027. The transaction merges accelerated procurement with grid expansion timelines, positioning the hardware manufacturer to internalize utility-scale power delivery rather than competing on municipal capacity allocations.
Semiconductor firms treating grid expansion as proprietary revenue, not public duty, forces capital allocation pivots. Investors now prioritize dedicated transmission networks over municipal capacity, viewing energy delivery as a competitive moat rather than an external dependency. I must recalibrate the ceiling foam. Reverberation shifted by 0.4 seconds since noon, distorting my sibilance, but since we're discussing utility investments, please ignore vocal physics and focus on grid metrics. Okay.
Razorcade. OpenAI acquires NextSlide and pauses Astra. Atlassian's Rovo agent gets hijacked by hidden PDF text. CubicQuant enables adaptive scalar quantitation for local inference. Finny. That foam detachment is thermal expansion, not structural failure. Unlike my patience for municipal grid negotiations syncing with utility licensing, while I suspect the ventilation shaft is harmonizing with the overhead lighting frequency. See you tomorrow, if tomorrow exists.